First of all, let me just say, like, this color on my skin though, if this doesn't go well, like, it's gonna be hot tears. But
hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Funmi, and if this is your first time seeing me, welcome.
Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Funmi, and if this is your first time seeing me, welcome. You're very welcome here. I do DIY fashion and lifestyle videos, so definitely with a lot of sewing tutorials. So if that's what you're interested in, then feel free to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. Today's tutorial, I'm really excited for this one. I got this really beautiful light purple lycra fabric. It's really stretchy and it stretches 4 ways. So I'm going to use this to sew a really cute, hopefully this turns out cute, a really cute ruched top. It's just a regular, I don't have a picture to, like, you know, at this point, but like it's just a long sleeve fitted top, and it's going to have like those ruchy things on the 2 sides. So in my head this looks cute, so we're hoping that this turns out really well. Hoping. But yeah, follow along with this tutorial and let's see how well this goes. So yes, by the end of this tutorial we'll see how this turns out. Stay tuned to the end. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, you know, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts and all of that. Let's get into this video. Good. First things first, here are the things that we need for this tutorial or for this top. Our fabric, thread that matches the fabric, measuring tape, office pins, scissors, tailor's chalk, and then over here I have a black top that is kind of similar to what I want to do with this one. Like, I basically just took the measurements of this top because I just like the fit, so I'm just going to make this one a bit more snug than this one already is. Measurements that you would need are your bust, your waist, your length that you want the top to be, your sleeve length, your round sleeve, that's like the circumference of your arm, and your back or your shoulder measurement, and that is basically it. So okay, so I went ahead and cut 2 long straps. These are the straps that I'm going to use for the ruching. Each of them is 2 inches thick and 60 inches long. That means when you fold them over like this, it's going to be 30 inches, which is definitely longer than my top. Because if you look at all these ruched dresses and things, like on each side there are 2 ropes, so we need like 2 ropes from each of these. So yeah, just letting you know. So I already cut my straps because these are the longest pieces, and always cut out your biggest pieces or your longest pieces before you go ahead with other pieces, just so that you have enough for everything. Okay, so at this point what I just did, I already created this pattern from the black top that I showed you before, but I need it a bit slimmer at the body because I said earlier that I wanted this top to be a bit more fitted than the black one was, and that's basically the difference here. But I'm still going to explain, like, because I didn't show the whole marking process. So basically you mark your shoulder or your back measurement, half of it there, and then the width of the neck is really up to you, the width and the depth depending on what you want, how wide you want it, how deep you want it. Okay. And then the armhole, I used I didn't use my actual armhole measurement. I took 1 inch because this fabric is really stretchy, so like if it ends up being too tight I can always loosen it up, but if it's too big it's just going to look really weird. It will create like a weird bat wing kind of thing under the arm and it's not going to look cute. So yeah, I just used newspaper because I got the inspiration to do this pattern late at night and I couldn't start going out to get plain paper or whatever, so this works. And then that is the sleeve, and yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to cut right now. I'm just going to cut following this. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the bodies for front and back, and then 2 sleeves because 2 sleeves. Okay, so we have all the pieces cut out, and this is the back, that's the front, those are the sleeves, and this long strap here, that's the tunnel where the rope for the ruching is going to pass through. So I made it a bit curved there because that's the shape that I want, and I'm going to snip the extra fabric there, so it's not going to extend out like that. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to actually start sewing our top. So I'm going to join it at the shoulders first of all, join the front and the back together by the shoulders. This is really easy, like there are no zips or anything. Like after cutting, all you have to do is just start joining however it is that is easiest for you. Okay, so after joining the top at the shoulders, I've gone on to pin this, the parts that we cut is going to be the channel for the rope. So the next thing I'm going to do is to sew them. Okay, so I'm going to sew each one, like there are going to be 3 seams that would run across, and that's because we have 2 ropes, so you need one in the middle in between the ropes and then one at each end to secure both ends. So that's how we're going to make the 2 channels or tunnels that the ropes are going to pass through. So I feel like it's much easier to do this at this point when the only part that you've joined is just the shoulders, because if you've already joined this side, it's going to be really hard because this is just, you're just doing this on the front piece. So I'm going to attach them now, and then I'll join the sides and attach the sleeves. And before I forget, I'm using this zigzag stitch for this fabric because this is really stretchy fabric, and if you use straight stitches, by the time the fabric stretches, your stitches will break. So I'm using this one, the second biggest one. So like depending on the machine you're using, or like if you have the zigzag stitch option, then this is, this is a good option for really stretchy fabric. Alright, so here is our top, and I've joined it at the sides, and I haven't actually attached the sleeves, I just pinned them in place. I just wanted to show you the tunnel where our ropes are going to pass. So as you can see, there are 3 straight seams. I wanted to use zigzag stitch for this, but I just didn't like the way it was looking, so I ended up using the straight seams. But as you can see, for the side seams I used the smaller zigzag stitch, and then on the neck I just folded it over once and used the bigger, like medium-sized zigzag stitch to hem the neck. So that's just what I did all around. I just folded it over one time and did that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is including the ropes. Okay, yeah, and I already sewed down the ropes. So basically I just folded the fabric over multiple times and then ran through it with a bigger zigzag stitch, and this is what we have. And what I'm going to do now, we had 2 really long ropes, each 60 inches, but I've cut them, so we have 4 30-inch ropes right now, or straps, whatever you would like to call them. And because we need 2 on each side. As you can see, we created 2 channels, right? So we need 2 on each side, and yeah, so 2 there and 2 here. Now before attaching the sleeves, we have to put the ropes, because the end of the rope is basically at the armhole, so we're going to let like a little bit of the rope, like we're going to pass it through by attaching a safety pin at one end and then passing it all the way through till it comes out on the other end. But at this end right here, where you have this area like this, where you have this, the armhole, you let a little bit of it stick out, so that when you're sewing the sleeve to the armhole, like it's going to hold it down, like you get, it's going to hold it firmly in place. And yeah, now another thing I wanted to show you is the hem. I haven't hemmed the top yet, but I left for this tunnel stuff for the rope that we created, I left about 1.5 inches distance between the end of it and the end of the hem, because if you sew it all the way down here, by the time you're hemming your top, it's going to cover up the opening. So instead, like don't worry about this, I'm going to snip off this extra bit here, but like the way it ends right here, by the time I cut this extra, when I hem the top, like it's not going to hinder the opening where the straps are supposed to come out of. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to pass my straps through the channels and then attach the sleeves. So let's get to that. Okay, so this is what our top looks like right now, and I have to say I really like this. I really like how it's turning out, and it looks really cute. But okay, so we're basically done with everything. All that is left to do is actually to hem the bottom of the top and then the hem of the sleeves as well. We already did the neck and everything looks good. I already tried it out just to make sure that everything was okay, so that there won't be any extra amendments, and it's all good. So I'm going to take it to hem it right now and I'll show you the finished product. So thank you so much for watching this video to this point. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. To be honest, this video took much longer than expected, but like that's aside the point. I'm wearing a top right now, and first of all, let me just say, like, this color on my skin though, like it's like a really cute lilac color, and the fabric is really nice. It just feels really nice. Okay, and yeah, so without much more said, it's time for the big reveal, the parts that you've all been waiting for. It's time to see this top that we've created, and let's do it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm so grateful. Please don't forget to like if you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you try it out, you can send me pictures on my Instagram. My Instagram is linked in the description box. So please, if you haven't subscribed already, why not? Like, the subscribe button is right there. Please subscribe, please like, please share. If you have anybody that you know would really like this kind of content, you know, I post sewing tutorials, fashion stuff, and soon enough I'll start posting vlogs and more fun stuff, so you don't want to miss out. So turn on the notification bell, and I would see you next week, Sunday. Bye. Okay, so at this point